The air is electric, buzzing with laughter, music, and the clinking of crystal glasses. Candlelight flickers across polished tables, the scent of fresh roses wrapping around me like a soft embrace. It's perfect, just like I imagined. My wedding is only hours away, and everyone I love is here, celebrating. I should be floating on this moment, savoring every second. But there's something gnawing at me, a whisper of unease I can't quite silence. Daniel has been acting strange. I try to tell myself it's nothing, pre-wedding jitters, the weight of the big day pressing down on both of us. But I keep catching him checking his phone, his fingers moving fast, his expression shifting when he thinks no one is watching. When our eyes meet across the room, he looks away, too quickly. My stomach twists, but I shake it off. Nerves. That's all this is. Then Sophie leans in, her voice barely above a whisper. I saw Daniel leave earlier. He was in a hurry. Looked guilty. She pulls back slightly, studying my reaction. I force a laugh, but it sticks in my throat. He's probably just overwhelmed, I say, as if saying it out loud will make it true. Sophie doesn't push, but the words settle in, heavy and unwelcome. I take a deep breath. I refuse to be that bride, the paranoid, doubting kind. Tomorrow is my wedding day. I need to trust him. But just as I convince myself to let it go, my phone buzzes in my hand. An unknown number. No greeting, no explanation. Just a message. My fingers hesitate before tapping the screen. A strange tightness grips my chest as I read the message. Are you sure you know the man you're marrying? That's it. No sender, no context. Just those words, coiling around my mind like a snake. I blink, my pulse pounding in my ears. My first instinct is to laugh it off, to tell myself it's some stupid prank. But my hands feel cold, and my heart is hammering against my ribs. I glance across the room. Daniel is there, standing with his groomsmen, a glass of whiskey in hand. He looks relaxed, laughing at something his best man just said. But now, I can't unsee the shift in his body language, the stiffness in his shoulders, the way he keeps angling his phone away from view. I grip my dress, my mind racing. Sophie notices. Hey, she murmurs, placing a warm hand on my arm. You okay? I swallow hard, forcing a smile. Yeah, just wedding nerves. My voice sounds thin, distant. I should show her the message, ask her what she thinks. But something stops me. A quiet voice in the back of my head whispering, what if it's true? I tuck my phone away, but the words burn in my mind. I tell myself it's ridiculous, probably some jealous ex of Daniel's or a sick joke from someone with too much time on their hands. But the doubt is there now, sinking its claws in, refusing to let go. I need fresh air. Excusing myself, I weave through the guests, past clusters of laughter and clinking glasses, until I reach the terrace. The night air is cool against my skin, but it does nothing to settle the uneasy storm brewing inside me. My fingers hover over my phone. Should I reply? Ask who sent it? Confront Daniel? Before I can decide, my phone vibrates again. My stomach flips as I read the next message. Check his hotel room now, if you really want to know the truth. I stare at the screen, my breath caught in my throat. My hands tremble, not from the cold, but from something deeper, something that feels a lot like fear. Because suddenly, I realize that I don't want to check. I don't want to know, because if I do, there's no turning back. I stand frozen, my grip tightening around my phone. The music and laughter from inside feel miles away now, muffled by the thundering of my pulse. I could ignore this, pretend I never saw the messages, walk back inside, and let the night unfold as planned. Marry Daniel. Be the blissful bride everyone expects me to be. But my feet move before my mind catches up. Step by step, I make my way through the hotel hallway, past doors marked with gold-plated numbers. My breath is shallow, my skin prickling with unease. His room is at the end of the corridor. I hesitate outside, my hand hovering over the handle. What if I open this door and my whole world unravels? I don't give myself time to think. I push it open. The room is dark, except for the soft glow of a bedside lamp. The bed is neatly made, too neatly. But it's the faint scent in the air that stops me cold. A perfume I don't wear. Light, floral, unmistakable. My stomach clenches as my gaze sweeps the room. Then I see it. A wine glass, lipstick stained. Not mine. And just like that, the perfect illusion shatters. My hands shake as I reach for the glass, but I don't touch it. I can't. It sits there, smug in its existence, proof of something I've been too blind, or too trusting to see. My mind screams at me to stop, to walk away before I find something worse. But it's too late. The damage is already done. I stumble back, my chest tightening, my breath coming in shallow, broken gulps. My phone buzzes again, as if the universe refuses to let me pretend for even a second longer. With trembling fingers, I unlock the screen. And then my heart stops. A screenshot. Daniel's name at the top of a text thread. His words, casual, confident, cruel. I can't wait to see you after the wedding. Emma means nothing compared to you. Attached below, a photo of them together. Tonight. The same suit he's wearing right now, his arm wrapped around a woman I don't recognize. Smiling. Happy. As if I never existed. The world tilts. My vision tunnels, the edges of reality blurring into nothingness. I grip the edge of the dresser to steady myself, but the room feels wrong. Too small, too suffocating. My body knows before my mind fully catches up. This isn't just a misunderstanding. It isn't some cruel joke. This is real. I lower myself onto the edge of the bed, my knees too weak to hold me. My fingers tighten around my phone as I reread the message, as if the words might change, as if they might somehow morph into something less devastating. They don't. Every letter is a knife, twisting deeper. How long? How many lies? Was I ever more than just a convenient placeholder in his life? My thoughts spiral, but one question rises above the rest, sharp and unforgiving. Who else knew? Sophie? My parents? Our friends? Did they all smile at me tonight, knowing I was about to vow my life to a man who was already planning his escape? My throat tightens, but no tears come. Not yet. Just a raw, gaping emptiness spreading through my chest. I stare at my reflection in the mirror across the room. The woman looking back at me isn't the same one from an hour ago, the one who was laughing, sipping champagne, dreaming about tomorrow. She's gone. In her place is someone hollow, someone who feels like a ghost inside her own skin. I want to scream. I want to throw my phone against the wall, march downstairs, and shove it in Daniel's face. I want to hear him stammer out some pathetic excuse, watch him squirm as his perfect little world collapses around him. The thought alone makes my blood boil, my fingers curling into fists. But then, something shifts. A new feeling, colder, sharper. Why should I give him the satisfaction of seeing me break? Why should I let him control this moment too? He's already taken so much. My love, my trust, my future. He doesn't get to take my dignity. I stand, shoulders squaring, my heart pounding with a different kind of adrenaline now. If he thought I would be the heartbroken, humiliated bride, he was dead wrong. I won't fall apart. I'll be the one to walk away first. A slow breath fills my lungs, steadying the chaos inside me. I swipe away the message, blocking the number. I don't need to know who sent it. They've done their part. The truth is out, and that's all that matters. Now it's my turn to decide what comes next. I glance at the wedding dress hanging near the window, its delicate lace catching the dim light. Just hours ago, it was a symbol of everything I believed in. Love, commitment, a future with the man I thought I knew. Now it looks like a costume for a life that was never real. I cross the room and unzip my suitcase, my movements calm, deliberate. I fold the dress back into its garment bag, not with sadness, but with precision. This dress will never touch my skin. This wedding will never happen. Tomorrow, everyone will expect to see me walk down the aisle. But they don't know what I know. They don't see what I see. They have no idea that by sunrise, I'll be gone. The hotel halls are silent as I slip out of my room, my suitcase rolling quietly behind me. The world outside my door is still frozen in celebration. Guests laughing over drinks, my bridesmaids probably buzzing with last-minute wedding details. None of them know I'm leaving. None of them will expect it. A part of me wants to run, to flee before doubt can creep in. But I don't. I move slowly, deliberately. I want to remember this moment, the night I chose myself over a lie, the night I walked away from a future that was never mine to begin with. I pause at Daniel's door. A cruel, bitter part of me wants to knock, to wake him, to watch his face when he realizes what he's lost. But no. That would give him too much satisfaction. He'd twist it, make it about him, beg for forgiveness with empty words. I refuse to give him the chance. Instead, I pull a small envelope from my bag and slip it under his door. Inside, a single note, written in the steadiest hand I could manage. I know what you did. Enjoy the wedding. Alone. I don't linger. I don't hesitate. I turn away and keep walking. The elevator ride down feels like the longest of my life. The soft ding of each floor passing only sharpens the pounding in my chest. Any moment now, someone could see me, one of my bridesmaids, a distant relative wandering the halls. But I don't stop. If anyone calls my name, I won't turn around. When the doors open to the lobby, a wave of warm air and distant chatter greets me. The night staff barely glance at me as I cross the marble floors, my suitcase rolling smoothly behind me. To them, I'm just another guest leaving early. No one suspects that the bride is escaping her own wedding. Outside, the city hums with life. I inhale deeply, letting the cool air fill my lungs, trying to shake off the weight of what I just did. But it doesn't feel like regret. If anything, it feels like relief. A sharp, intoxicating kind of freedom that prickles under my skin. I pull out my phone, my fingers hovering over Daniel's contact. I don't need to say anything. I simply block his number, wiping him from my world in a single swipe. It's not enough to erase the betrayal, but it's a start. I step onto the sidewalk, the city stretching before me like a map of endless possibilities. Streetlights flicker, cabs rush past, and somewhere in the distance, laughter spills from a late-night cafe. I take it all in, grounding myself in this moment, the first moment of my new life. My phone buzzes in my hand, but it's not Daniel. It's Sophie. My stomach clenches. Did she find my room empty? Did she see the note? I don't answer. Not yet. Not until I'm far enough away that no one can pull me back. At the curb, a taxi idles, its driver watching me through the rearview mirror. I meet his gaze and make my decision. The airport, I say, my voice steady. No hesitation, no looking back. As the car pulls away, I glance at the hotel one last time, its grand facade glowing under the city lights. Inside, Daniel sleeps, completely unaware that the life he thought he controlled is slipping through his fingers. By the time he wakes up, I'll be gone. I exhale, letting go of the last thread tethering me to the past. This was supposed to be the night before my wedding. Instead, it's the night I saved myself. Morning breaks over the city, golden light spilling through the hotel windows. Inside, the venue is a masterpiece of perfection. White roses lining the aisles, crystal glasses polished to a gleam, guests arriving in their finest attire. The air hums with anticipation. Today was supposed to be my wedding day. Daniel stands at the altar, his suit crisp, his confidence unshaken. He flashes a charming grin at the crowd, soaking in the admiration, the whispers of how lucky I am to have him. He thinks he's won, that whatever fight we might have had, whatever cold feet I might have felt, I'll still walk down that aisle. He has no idea. The music swells. The guests turn expectantly. The moment has arrived, but there's no bride, no soft footsteps approaching, no white dress sweeping down the aisle. The whispers begin, a ripple of confusion spreading through the room. The officiant shifts uncomfortably. Daniel glances toward the doors, his smile faltering. And then, like a blade slicing through the air, a voice murmurs, "Where's Emma?" The murmurs swell into a low, restless buzz. Guests shift in their seats, exchanging uncertain glances. The bridesmaids whisper among themselves, their smiles frozen in place, unsure whether to laugh it off or start panicking. The wedding planner frowns, checking her watch. It's past time. I should be here. Daniel straightens, his confidence slipping, but only just. He forces an easy smirk, adjusting his cufflinks as if this is nothing but a minor delay. Maybe I got cold feet. Maybe I needed a last-minute pep talk. He's still in control, at least that's what he tells himself. Then his best man approaches, a small white envelope clutched in his hand. The moment Daniel sees it, his smirk vanishes. The best man hesitates before handing it over, eyes flicking between the crowd and the groom. He's not sure if this is something to keep quiet or something that's about to explode. The room stills, the energy shifting. Something is wrong. Daniel tears open the envelope, unfolding the note inside. His eyes scan the words. I know what you did. Enjoy the wedding. Alone. For the first time in his life, Daniel is speechless. The silence is suffocating. A sharp contrast to the laughter and excitement that filled this room just moments ago. Daniel's face drains of color as he rereads the note, his fingers gripping the paper so tightly it crumples. He swallows hard, but the weight of every set of eyes on him is unbearable. Someone clears their throat. Someone else shifts in their seat. The whispers return, only this time they carry a sharper edge. What's happening? Where's Emma? A few guests glance toward the doors, expecting me to appear in a flurry of late bride dramatics. But I won't. They can feel it now, the unease spreading like wildfire. His mother stands, her expression tight with barely contained fury. Daniel? What is this? Her voice cuts through the room, demanding an answer. But he has none, because he knows. He knows exactly what this is. He turns, scanning the crowd, as if looking for someone, an ally, a way out, an excuse. But there isn't one. His best man takes a careful step back. His friends exchange uneasy looks. No one is coming to his rescue. Because the truth is dawning on them too. The bride didn't get cold feet. She left. And she left him. The whispers turn to quiet gasps, then muffled laughter, soft at first, then growing. The kind of laughter that drips with realization, with secondhand embarrassment. Someone in the back murmurs, "She left him." Someone else chuckles, not bothering to hide it. Daniel clenches his jaw, his eyes darting across the room, desperate to regain control. But it's too late. The humiliation is creeping in, thick and suffocating. His parents stand frozen, their once proud expressions now twisted with disbelief. The officiant awkwardly clears his throat, shifting on his feet, unsure whether to wait or call this disaster for what it is. Then one by one people begin to leave, a slow trickle at first, curious glances exchanged, silent conclusions drawn. Then more. Bridesmaids abandoning their places, guests shaking their heads as they grab their coats. Someone near the front stands and claps, a single sharp applause cutting through the tension. Daniel is left standing at the altar, alone, exposed, powerless, and somewhere, miles away from here, I am free. The city outside the airplane window stretches beneath me like a distant memory, one I no longer belong to. The engines hum, steady and reassuring, a sound that marks the beginning of something new. I lean back against the seat, exhaling for what feels like the first time in years. The wedding was supposed to be today. I should have been slipping into my dress, smiling through happy tears, promising forever to a man who never deserved it. Instead, I'm here, miles above the life I left behind, heading somewhere, anywhere, that isn't tied to him. A flight attendant stops by, her warm smile cutting through my thoughts. "Something to drink?" she asks. I glance at the menu for half a second before making a decision. "Champagne," I say, my lips curving into a slow, knowing smile. The flute appears before me, bubbles rising to the surface, light catching on the rim. I raise it slightly, not for him, not for what could have been, but for myself. For the woman who chose to walk away. "To freedom," I whisper, taking the first sip. The first sip is crisp, cool, and just a little bit sweet. It lingers on my tongue like the taste of victory. I let it settle, closing my eyes for a moment, feeling the weight of everything I've left behind slowly unravel from my shoulders. No dress, no vows, no lies, just me, a suitcase, and an entire world ahead. I glance at my phone, the only remaining thread connecting me to my old life. Dozens of missed calls. Sophie, my mother, even a few from Daniel. My thumb hovers over the screen, but I don't feel the same sting in my chest as I did last night. I don't feel anything at all. A new message pops up. Daniel, the last desperate attempt. Come back. We can fix this. I laugh. A soft, genuine laugh that surprises even me. Fix what? His ego? His humiliation? The illusion he spent so long crafting, only for it to crumble in front of everyone? No. Some things can't be undone. Some things shouldn't be. With a quiet exhale, I press one final button. Delete. The moment the message vanishes, so does the last trace of doubt. There's no lingering ache, no second guessing. Just silence. A clean, untouched space where pain used to live. I watch the clouds roll past the window, endless and untamed, stretching toward something unknown. The pilot's voice hums through the speakers, announcing our destination. I barely registered where I booked the ticket last night. Anywhere felt right, as long as it wasn't there. Now, the name settles into my mind, unfamiliar but full of possibility. A city where no one knows me. A place where I can start over, build something real, something mine. The flight attendant passes again, and on impulse, I stop her. Another, please. She winks, topping off my glass. Celebrating something? I smile, raising the flute once more. Yeah, I say, the truth sinking in as the words leave my lips. I think I am. This time, I don't whisper the toast. This time, I say it out loud. To me. The plane touches down smoothly, a gentle nudge into this new chapter of my life. As I step off, the air feels different, lighter, cleaner, untainted by memories of betrayal. The terminal hums with movement, voices blending into a comforting white noise. No one here knows me. No one expects anything from me. I roll my suitcase forward, walking with a steadiness I wasn't sure I'd find so soon. There's no grand plan, no carefully mapped out future waiting for me. And that's the best part. For the first time in years, I don't need one. My phone stays buried in my bag. No more checking for messages, no more waiting for explanations or apologies that will never mean anything. The past is behind me, exactly where it belongs. As I step through the airport doors and into the warm embrace of a new city, I inhale deeply, filling my lungs with something rare and intoxicating. Freedom.